Imagine standing in front of two identical-looking watches. One costs $100, the other costs $10,000. Both tell the same time. You don't need the expensive one. And yet millions of people willingly buy it. Why? Because luxury has never really been about what an object does. It's about what the object says. About you. And that idea reaches much deeper into the human brain than most luxury brands want you to realize. A luxury handbag can hold the same things as a cheap handbag. A luxury car can take you to the same destination. A designer shirt can cover your body just like an ordinary shirt. So why does one cost 10 times more? Sometimes 100 times more. The answer begins with something humans have cared about for thousands of years. Status. Long before logos existed, humans searched for ways to show where they stood in the group. Feathers, shells, rare stones, decorated weapons, expensive dyes. The objects changed. The psychology didn't. In 1899, American economist Thorstein Veblen described a strange kind of consumption. People sometimes want expensive things partly because they're expensive. The price itself becomes part of the attraction. He called this conspicuous consumption. The product isn't simply useful. The product communicates. It says, I can afford this. I belong here. I have succeeded. I am different. And because humans are social animals, those signals can be incredibly powerful. Think about a luxury logo. You don't need to read the company name. You recognize the symbol instantly. That symbol has been shown to you thousands of times. Advertisements, movies, celebrities, stores, social media. Friends, eventually the logo stops being just a logo. It becomes an emotional shortcut. You see it, and your brain retrieves everything you've learned to associate with it. Wealth, beauty, success, exclusivity, taste, even confidence. The company isn't just selling leather or metal, it's selling the meaning attached to those materials. But here's where luxury becomes fascinating. Most ordinary businesses want as many customers as possible. Luxury brands often don't. They need enough customers to make enormous profits. But they also need scarcity, because if everyone owns something, it stops feeling special. Scarcity creates desire, and desire creates value. This is why luxury companies sometimes deliberately restrict supply. Limited editions, waiting lists, exclusive collections, private invitations, products that appear briefly and then disappear. The message is simple: you might not get another chance. And humans are extremely sensitive to that possibility. Behavioral scientists have repeatedly observed the power of scarcity. When something becomes harder to obtain, people often perceive it as more valuable. The strange part is that the object itself hasn't changed. Only its availability has changed. A handbag doesn't become better because fewer exist. A watch doesn't become more accurate because there's a waiting list. But your perception changes. And perception can be worth billions. Luxury brands also understand something uncomfortable about human psychology. We don't always want what everyone else has. Sometimes we want what other people cannot have. That's the difference between popularity and exclusivity. A mass-market brand wants everyone to recognize it. A luxury brand wants the right people to recognize it. That distinction is crucial. The product needs to be visible enough to communicate status, but rare enough to preserve the status. It's a balancing act. Too obscure, nobody knows what it means. Too common, the meaning disappears. This is why luxury stores feel different. Walk into a luxury boutique and you may notice the silence, the space, the lighting, the distance between products, the lack of clutter. There may be only a few handbags on display. A normal store might fill every wall. Luxury often does the opposite. Empty space communicates abundance. It suggests the company doesn't need to chase you. The product is important enough to stand alone. Even the environment becomes part of the price. Then there's the sales experience. A luxury purchase is often designed to feel like an event. The employee may spend time with you. The packaging feels deliberate. The bag is heavy. The box is carefully constructed. The receipt is presented almost ceremonially. You aren't just leaving with an object. You're leaving with a memory, and memories make purchases feel more valuable. The experience becomes part of the product. This is also why luxury brands care so much about storytelling. A handbag isn't just a handbag. It might be connected to a designer, a historical moment, a famous customer, a particular city, a workshop, a tradition. A story gives an ordinary material a meaning. Leather becomes heritage. A watch becomes craftsmanship. A perfume becomes identity. The physical object stays relatively simple. The story makes it expensive. And celebrities amplify this effect. When someone famous wears a particular brand, millions of people see the association. The brand becomes connected to success, beauty, power, youth, influence. But there's something subtle happening. You're not necessarily buying the celebrity's life. You're buying a tiny symbol of proximity to it. A product becomes a bridge between your identity and the identity you admire. That's why luxury advertising rarely focuses on technical specifications. It often focuses on feelings. The person you could become, the room you could enter, the life you could imagine. And this brings us to one of the darkest ideas in luxury marketing. Insecurity can be profitable. If people feel completely satisfied with who they are, they have less reason to buy something to prove themselves. But if they feel that they're falling behind, a product can suddenly look like a solution. You are not just buying shoes, you're buying confidence. You're not just buying a watch, you're buying achievement. You're not just buying a car, you're buying proof. The product can't actually solve the insecurity. But for a moment, it can make the feeling quieter. Of course, not every luxury customer is insecure, and buying expensive products isn't automatically irrational. Sometimes the materials really are better. Sometimes the craftsmanship really is exceptional. Sometimes people simply appreciate beautiful objects. Luxury can involve genuine artistry, but the business becomes much more powerful when quality and psychology work together. The best luxury brands don't force you to choose between wanting the product and understanding the product. They make you want both. There's another strange effect. People often value things more when they sacrifice for them. Imagine receiving a $5,000 watch as a gift. Now imagine saving for 3 years to buy the same watch. The second object may feel more meaningful. Psychologists have studied related ideas for decades. Effort can increase attachment. The harder something is to obtain, the more important it can feel. Luxury brands understand this. The waiting list becomes part of the experience. The search becomes part of the story. The sacrifice becomes part of the identity. And once you finally own the object, something else happens. You begin protecting the decision. You tell yourself the product was worth it. You notice the craftsmanship. You notice the compliments. You remember why you wanted it. This is partly a form of cognitive consistency. Humans dislike feeling that they made a bad decision. So after spending a large amount of money, we naturally look for evidence that the decision was correct. The product can become even more valuable in our minds after we buy it. Now imagine what happens when millions of people do this. A brand builds a reputation. The reputation creates desire. Desire supports higher prices. Higher prices create exclusivity. Exclusivity increases status. Status strengthens the brand. The stronger brand creates more desire. And the cycle begins again. That's the luxury machine. This is why some luxury companies don't want to grow too quickly. Growth sounds good, more customers sounds good, more sales sounds good, but unlimited growth can destroy scarcity. If everyone owns the same product, the status signal weakens. The brand becomes ordinary, and luxury is fundamentally built on being extraordinary. So the most successful luxury companies are constantly walking a dangerous line. They need growth without becoming common. And maybe that's why luxury brands can seem almost irrational from the outside. A $10,000 watch, a $5,000 handbag, a $50,000 jacket. You look at the object and think, that's impossible. But the object isn't carrying the entire price. The price includes decades of branding, design, distribution, scarcity, storytelling, social signaling, and human psychology. You're paying for the object, but you're also paying for what other people think when they see it. So the next time you see someone carrying an expensive designer bag, don't immediately ask, why would anyone spend that much? Ask a different question. What exactly are they buying? Maybe it's craftsmanship. Maybe it's beauty. Maybe it's status. Maybe it's belonging. Maybe it's confidence. Maybe it's simply the pleasure of owning something beautiful. Usually, it's some combination of all of them. Because humans have always used objects to communicate who they are. Luxury brands didn't invent that instinct. They industrialized it. They turned an ancient human desire for status into a global business. And that's the uncomfortable truth. The most powerful luxury product isn't the handbag. It isn't the watch. It isn't the car. It's the feeling that the object gives you about yourself. Because once a company learns how to sell identity, it no longer has to convince you that you need the product. It only has to convince you that the product is who you want to be.